Gavin, it's so great to see you at the RISC-V Summit here in Europe.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We're very happy to be here.
So can you help me understand a little bit and describe the lowRISC project in the Open Titan?
Sure. So lowRISC is a UK non-profit engineering company with full stack silicon engineering competence. So we have digital design, design verification, but also firmware and tooling and infrastructure support. And Open Titan is our flagship project. It's the world's first open source silicon root of trust. It's the world's most active open silicon project, and it's the world's first fully open silicon project to reach commercial grade and commercial availability going into Chromebooks later next year. So it's been a combination obviously of lowRISC hosting it, but a series of 9 partners. It was started by Google over 5 years ago, but since then the 9 partners obviously include Google, but also companies like Novaton, Western Digital, ETH Zurich, G&D, Seagate, Revos, Winbond, and zerorisk have been working hard together to make this happen.
Wow, that's an incredible set of partners. And like, how has RISC-V enabled this success?
So, as a fully open design, you require a fully open ISA. So we started lowRISC about 10 years ago, and that's around when the RISC-V ISA, the initial specifications were really starting to cohere. And so obviously we picked it up as the basis for our work, and that's continued into the Open Titan project as well.
Well, we certainly appreciate hearing that RISC-V has been part of the success of such a great initiative. Now, is the approach similar to open source software, or can you help me understand a little bit about the Silicon Commons approach?
Sure. So I'd say it rhymes. So obviously open source software has been very successful, and we take many of the elements of that. So yes, we have RFCs, we have code reviews and so on. But silicon design is much more expensive and more time consuming than software. There are mask set costs, there are EDA tool costs, there are far fewer engineers in the hardware domain, and you have to do a lot more upfront testing, DV, because if it's a brick, it's a brick. And so that has required changes. And also there's this pervasive waterfall design flow paradigm that has been around that doesn't work so well with open source and collaborative multi-company engineering. So getting around that, we have adopted and evolved the best bits of open source silicon, or open source software design, to get the Silicon Commons methodology, which we've worked together with our partners, those 9 partners, over the course of the project to get that right.
Wow, that's fantastic. So it's the cultivation of a lot of years of success together. So let's look to the future. Where do you see open source silicon in, say, 5 years' time?
Well, the quick answer is everywhere. The slightly less glib answer is, look, we've seen it with open source software. We know how the movie ends. It's not with the destruction of commercial silicon interests at all. Just as people will take the best parts of the open IP ecosystem, incorporate them into their commercial designs, and get better designs that are higher quality to market faster. So it's benefit to everybody. And so we're now, as I say, the threshold of activation energy for open source silicon with all those costs is a lot higher than with software. But we're at that point now, and so we're, I think, on the verge of the sort of golden age of open source silicon, and I think we'll see it have a huge impact in our industry.
I love it. The golden age of open source silicon, essentially RISC-V everywhere.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Gavin.
Thanks, Calista.